shop. You know the drill. Get yourself something to drink, and I've got another flea market haul here that I want to share with you, and I think we've got a lot of good projects for the future. So let me bring you down here on the workbench and we'll take a look at what we got. And here we are. We got all kinds of goodies. There is a flea market a little ways away from town that is a big open field, and every Thursday they have people that show up there and sell all kinds of stuff. I don't get a chance to go there because it is a little bit of a distance, but I took the opportunity last time to go, and here's what we came home with. All kinds of little goodies. I've already done several of these, but these really looked heavy duty, especially in the handle, and I'm not really sure what it says there. I'm going to clean it up. In fact, let's go ahead and take a break. Let's go ahead and clean that up and see what it says, huh? There we go with some movie magic. No time at all. We've got our answer. I think it says stubble or stubble. So I'm not familiar with that. I'll have to research that and see where that comes from. I also got this little wrench here. I don't even know what you call it. It just looks like a little specialty tool. There looks like there's some print right there. I'm not going to take the time right now to clean that up, but we will clean that up. Maybe make a video on cleaning that up. There it says something else there. I don't know, we'll have to look that up. But there's that tool. I got this hammer. I'm not sure if it's a special make or model or anything. It may just be a generic hammer, but it looked like a good heavy hammer. It's got a waffle head on it. So I went ahead and got that. And then I found a Craftsman screwdriver. It's the 1/4 inch size. And I also found these two screwdrivers, which are quite specialized. This one here is a Craftsman. What's interesting is I thought it was one of these, but it's a little bit bigger than the 1/4 inch by just a shade. It almost looks like it could pass, but it's not as big as the 5/16. Well, what this is for holding screws. Now, I personally think that flathead screws ought to be made illegal, but in the electric industry, they still use them. And so that is a means by which to hold the screw when you're trying to get it into a box or something. Now, this I think is aluminum. I don't think that's insulated. The handle would be insulated, but you'd be able to go into the back of a box and put the screw into place, and that just helps hold it. Once that screw is in place, then you can just release it and come off of it, pull this down, and you can finish the job and get it all the way in there. So that's kind of specialized. I'd known and been familiar with these, but I don't know that my dad or I had ever owned one, and I saw it at the flea market, and it was, I think it was only $1. So I went ahead and bought that. And then there's another one here. This is also, I believe, for electric, and this handle is also insulated. Now there is I think that's an aluminum tube. This one works a little differently. It has a split head on it, and when you push this forward, it expands and will hold a screw as well. So you can put this in there like that, push this forward, it expands, and will hold that screw into place so that you can get it started down in some place where you might not be able to get your fingers. So it's the secondary thing, and then once it's done, you can either pull this off and finish putting it in with the screwdriver, or you can get a different screwdriver and go in there and finish the job. So anyways, a couple of specialty screwdrivers. Again, I've never owned them before, but I thought, why not have them around? They could be helpful and useful. So even when you're going into a tight spot, you can get the screw started coming out and removing, and then once you get a little space, then you can push that forward and grab that screw so that when you're taking it out, you won't lose it down into a box or an engine or whatever it may be. So I'm kind of glad to gotten those. Like I said, I'd always been familiar with them, but just never owned one. And then of course, I'm always a sucker for axes. And I'm going to start here with what I think is my favorite of the group, and that is this one right here. That is a plum. Now I cannot see any marks yet. I don't think it's a Boy Scout plum, but I can see the plum sign right there. And the reason it caught my eye is because I already own one. And when I have one that I like, that's one of my favorites, I can't bring myself to use it. So this way I'll be able to clean this up, fix it up, and be able to use this one and keep this one for my collection. I put this handle on it, and I really like just the organic look to it. It's just, it almost looks like it could be made out of stone, but it's not, it's steel. And so I'm very happy now to have a second one like it. I don't know if I'm going to keep this handle or not. It's kind of cracked down here. I don't know. I'll see if I've got a better handle. It needs a lot of help here on the pole. It's all mushroomed. But other than that, it looks in really pretty good shape. So I'm glad to have that. And then, again, I feel like quite the sucker as far as these axes go, because this one here is a plum as well. And we'll be able to see that a little better when we get it cleaned up. This one's a plum. I don't know about this one. I can't make out anything on it yet, so I'm not sure. I think the heads are a little bit different. They're not identical. So anyways, I know this is a plum. I like plum, but I already have 4 of these. So again, I just went ahead and got it. They were only, I think I got them for like $7.50, something like that. So I thought, why not? The handle doesn't really look in too good a shape. It's kind of busted up down here. It looks a little weathered. I don't know if we'll find any cracks under here. If not, I don't know. It's not hung very well. It's all beat up down here. But we'll see about cleaning up these 2 axes, and I'm anxious to see if I can find any markings on this one. Then, after that, I got this double bit. I can't remember. I think I only paid 12 or 15 for it, maybe 10. So, but again, there's no markings on it. I can't really tell who it's from or who made it. It is relatively clean, but I just like the shape and the look of it. And for 12, 15 bucks, I thought, why not? So I went ahead and got that. I don't know. I mean, it's been beat up here quite a bit, but it's really not in bad shape. Could probably keep it on that handle and keep on using it. So we'll take a look. I don't know if we'll redo that one or not. And then finally, I got this brush axe. Now I already have one brush axe, but I figure when you have one, if you can have 2, that's better, right? Well, here's another brush axe, and I'm going to try to clean this one all up. It looks like it's in pretty good shape. The well's kind of rough, and I don't know if that's lacquer or what that is. That's dripping right there, but I thought we'd take it apart, clean it up. Handle really doesn't look in too bad a shape. It's actually a pretty nice handle. I really like that shape on it. So this one here was a little more expensive. It was 15 bucks, but I think it's worth it. So we'll clean it up and we'll put it into the tool shed to be able to get it all fixed up and put together. So thanks so much for joining me on this. Got a lot of fun tools, a lot of good options here, and I look forward to putting them together with you. Please come back and watch the videos as we put them together. Thanks so much for joining me on looking at this tool haul, and look forward to seeing you on the next video. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend. Sure do appreciate how you help us and helps the channel. Look forward to seeing you again. Have a great day and God bless. Take a quick look at the before. Now let's go clean them up and we'll see the after.